Hello friends, myself Sagar Gunani from Elite Careers. This video lecture is on Techniques of Integration Part 4. In this video, I am going to cover concepts related to trigonometric integrals. Consider the integral of the form sin x raised to m cos x raised to n into dx, where m and n are the non-negative integers. Then we can divide the work into three different cases. In this integral, if m value is odd, then m can be written as 2k plus 1, where k is nothing but it is just an integer. If m is written as 2k plus 1, then sin x raised to m can be converted into sin x raised to 2k plus 1. This odd multiple of sin x, it can be converted into even power of the sin x, that is sin square x raised to k into sin x. So this given integral will be converted into sin square x raised to k into sin x into cos raised to n x into dx. After that, we will use the trigonometric identity sin square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x. So this integral will be converted into the form 1 minus cos square x raised to k. Now there is one cos raised to nx, cos x raised to n into sin x into dx. This sin x into dx, this term, it can be written as derivative of cos x with the minus sign. Fine. So we have a negative sign with the derivative of cos x. Now we can assume cos x as one function or as one variable, that is u. So u as a one variable, this entire integral, it will be in the form of u, that is 1 minus u square raised to k into u raised to n into derivative of u. Then it will be very easy to solve the integration. So whenever you come across an integral of the form sin raised to mx into cos x raised to n into dx, then you have to check whether m is odd or even. If m is odd, then we have to convert it into even multiple of sin x into sin x. And finally, the sin x into dx, it will be written as derivative of cos x. And even multiple of sin square x, it can be converted into the trigonometric identity 1 minus cos square x raised to k. Second case, suppose if m is even and n is odd, then the term which is odd, here n is the odd number, so cos x raised to the power n, where n is the odd number. So this can be converted into even power of cos x into cos x. So it will be converted into cos square x raised to k into cos x. Using the identity, cos square x can be written as 1 minus sin square x raised to k into cos x. Also, cos x into dx, it can be written as derivative of sin x. Case 3, if m and n both are odd, if both are even, if m and n both are even, then in that case, sin raised to if both are even, then m can be written as 2k and n can also be written as 2k because they both are even. So in this case, directly sin square can be converted into 1 minus cos 2x by 2 and cos square will be converted into 1 plus cos 2x by 2. So the given integral is of the form sin square x raised to k into cos square x raised to some different k. So this different k will be, let's say, k dash, because it is not necessary that m and n are equal. They can be both unequal but even. So if they are even, then they will be in the multiple of 2. So if they are in the multiple of 2, we can write sin square x raised to k into cos square x raised to k dash, where k and k dash are the constant but they are different. Now sin square can be replaced with 1 minus cos 2x by 2 and cos square x can be written as 1 plus cos 2x by 2. Now let's move further. Consider an example 1. Solve the integration sin x cube into cos x square into dx. Now in this case, this is the first case in which m is odd. So if m is odd, this sin x cube can be written as sin square x into sin x, and this cos square x can be written as it is cos square x into dx. Now sin square x can be converted into 1 minus cos square x. So using this identity, we can say that sin square x can be written as 1 minus cos square x, and there is a negative sign. Why there is a negative sign? Because here we have sin cube as x, sin square x into sin x. Now sin x into dx, it can be written as negative of derivative of cos x. Now this negative, because of this negative sign, 1 minus cos square x can be converted into cos square x minus 1, and then we have cos square x minus 1 as the replacement of sin square x minus of sin square x, and we have cos square x as the second term, and then the derivative of cos x. Finally, we can substitute cos x as u, so you will get the form as u square minus 1 into u square into du. Now this integration is very simple to solve, and once you get the answer, replace the u with cos x. Next question, solve cos x raised to 5 into dx. Now in this case, n is odd and there is m which is even number. Here m is not present in fact, so in that case, if n is odd, that is the power of cos is odd number, then it can be converted into even into cos x. So it can be converted into what? Cos x raised to 4 into cos x dx. So this is an even power into cos x into dx. Now cos x into dx, it can be written as what? Derivative of sin x. Fine. So now cos square x the whole square into derivative of sin x. Cos square x can be written as 1 minus sin square x the whole square into derivative of sin x. In this case, we can replace the sin x with u. So finally you will get 1 minus u the whole square into du. Expanding 1 minus u the whole square, it will you will get 1 plus u raised to 4 minus 2u square into du. Now this is very simple to solve. If you solve this integration, replace u with sin x. Next, in this case, integral of cos x square into sin x raised to 4 into dx. In this case, m and n both are even. So when both are even, you have to replace cos square x as 1 minus cos 2x by 2 and sin square x as 1 plus cos 2x by 2. Now it is sin x raised to 4, so here you will get a square. Afterward, what we can do is, we have 1 minus cos 2x into 1 plus cos 2x the whole square. We can expand these two terms, and by expansion you will get the given term. 1 by 4 integral of 1 plus cos square 2x minus cos 2x into cos cube 2x into dx. This can be further be solved to get the answer. Next problem, solve the integration of sec cube x into dx. In this case, we have sec x cube. It can be converted into two terms, that is sec x into sec square x into dx. We have two functions over here. One is sec x and other is sec square x. We can solve this integration by using integration by parts. In the integration by parts, first function is considered as u and second function as v. So considering the first function as u, we can keep this first function outside this integral, that is sec x into integration of sec square x into dx minus integration of derivative of sec x. So derivative of sec x is what? Sec x into tan x into integration of sec square x, that will come over here. Now integration of sec square x is what? It is tan x. So tan x and tan x, it will be converted into tan square x into dx. So this is the second step after this conversion, that is first function into integration of second function minus integration of derivative of the first function, that is sec x into dx, into integration of the second function, that is sec square x, which can be written as tan x. So derivative of the first function is sec x into tan x and the integration of the second function is tan x. So you will get sec x into tan x square into dx. Further, third step, it can be written as what? This is the second step which I have told you, that integration of sec square x will be converted into tan x. So we have sec x into tan x minus integration of sec x into tan square x into dx. Now we have sec x minus tan x minus integration of sec x into tan x into dx. In this case, first function can be considered as sec x into tan x and second function as tan x. Or we can convert this tan square x as sec square x minus 1. Further, simplifying this equation, we will get sec cube x into dx as sec x into tan x minus integration of sec cube x plus sec x into dx. Now, this is similar to what we want to find out. So it will go on the left hand side. This entire term will go on the left hand side. So you will get 2 times integral equal to sec x into tan x plus integration of sec x into dx. Now how to solve the integration of sec x into dx? It can be converted into what? Sec x into multiply and divide by tan x plus sec x upon tan x plus sec x. So the second step will be sec x into tan x plus sec square x upon tan x plus sec x. Now, if you compare the numerator and denominator, then we have differentiation of the denominator as differentiation of sec x plus tan x upon sec x plus tan x. So, the answer will be log of sec x plus tan x. Next, product of sines and cosine. Now, there are two functions of sines and cosines, and the given question is integration of cos phi x into sin 3x. Then to solve such kind of problems, we can use the trigonometric identity, which says that product of two sine functions of different values, that is sin mx into sin nx, is equal to what? It will be equal to 1 by 2 cos of subtraction of these two values, that is m minus n into x, minus cos of addition of these two values, that is m plus n into x. Next, product of sine and cos function, sin mx into cos nx, it will be equal to 1 by 2 sine of subtraction of these two values, that is m minus n into x, plus addition of m into n, that is sine of m plus m into x. If there are two cos functions, then the formula is 1 by 2 cos of m minus n into x plus cos of m plus n into x. In this case, one cos and one sine. So if there is one cos and one sine, then we can use the second formula. So using the second formula, we have 1 by 2 sine of subtraction, that is sine of minus 2x plus sine of addition 5 plus 3 is 8x. Now it is very easy to solve sine minus 2x and sine 8x. Now using this we will find out the answer. Next technique which I am going to teach you is the trigonometric substitution. If the integral is of the form under root a square minus x square, under root a square plus x square, and under root x square minus a square, if they are of these three forms, then we can use the trigonometric substitution. If we have under root a square plus x square, then substitute x is equal to a tan theta. If you substitute x is equal to a tan theta, then the given term, it will be converted into a sec theta. If you come across the term such as under root a square minus x square, then substitute x is equal to a sin theta. If you substitute x is equal to a sin theta, you will convert this given form into a cos theta. And if you come across the term like under root x square minus a square, then substitute x is equal to a sec theta. Then the given form, it will be converted into a tan theta. Going further, using the substitution, solve the integration of 1 by under root 4 plus x square. Now this bottom term is of the form under root a square plus x square. So in this case, you will substitute x is equal to a tan theta. So x is equal to a tan y. Okay, instead of theta, we have considered the variable y. If x is equal to 2 tan theta, then dx will be equal to 2 sec square y into dy. And sec square y, it will be converted into tan square y plus 1. Using the identity sec square x minus tan square x is equal to 1. So sec square y, it can be converted into tan square y plus 1. Finally, we have integration of dx upon under root 4 plus 4 tan square y, substituting x is equal to 2 tan y. Finally, if we compare the dx can be converted into 2 sec square y into dy, and that is equal to 2 tan square y plus 1. So we have an integral of the form 2 into tan square y plus 1 upon under root 4 plus 4 tan square y. Taking the 2 common from the denominator, it will get cancelled out from the numerator, and finally you will get the form tan square y plus 1 upon under root 1 plus tan square y. Now 1 plus tan square y is what? 1 plus tan square y is what? Sec square y, using the identity. So this can be converted into under root of sec square y. This square root will get square root and square are there, so it will be converted into mod of sec y into dy. Now integration of mod of sec y into dy is what? It is log of sec y plus tan y. Next, solve x square into dx upon under root 9 minus x square. Now if you see that the terms in the denominator is of the form a square minus x square. So when you come across such kind of a term, you have to substitute x is equal to what? A sine theta. So in this case, instead of theta we have considered y, then x is equal to a. In this case a is 3, so 3 sine y. So derivative will be 3 cos y into dy. And finally you will get the form 9 sin square y into 3 cos y into dy upon under root 9 minus 9 sin square y. And further we will get this equation as 9 into integration of sin square y into cos y into dy upon under root 1 minus sin square y. Under root 1 minus sin square y is what? Cos square y is under root of cos square y, and that will be equal to cos y. So this cos y and cos y will get cancelled, and finally you will get sin square y into dy. Now this sin square y, it can be easily be solved with the formulation, that is sin square y, it can be written as 1 minus cos 2y divided by 2, and it is very easy to solve the integration of 1 minus cos 2y by 2. Next, example 3. Solve the integration of dx upon square root of 25x square minus 4. Now in this case, we have to substitute x is equal to 2 by 5 sec y. So differentiation of this will be 2 by 5 sec y into tan y into dy. And finally, you will get the form as 2 by 5 integration of sec y into tan y into dy upon square root of 4 sec square y minus 4. And further, it will be reduced to 1 by 5 integration of sec y into tan y into dy upon under root sec square y minus 1. Now sec square y minus 1 is nothing but tan square y, and square root of tan square y is tan y. So this tan y and this tan y will get cancelled, and you will get 1 by 5 sec y into dy. And the integration of sec y is what? ln sec y plus tan y. Last, example number 4. Find the volume of the solid of revolution. To find the volume of the solid of revolution, we have the function y as the function of x. Y is equal to 4 upon x square plus 4. So we have a shaded area over here, and if this shaded area is rotated across the x-axis, then you will get the required volume. So this shaded area is rotated by 360 degrees so as to get the required volume. To find the volume of this integration, it can be found out with the help of integration. So volume is equal to what? Volume is equal to integration of pi times y square into dx. This is the formula which you need to remember. Volume is equal to integration of pi y square into dx, where y is what? Phi is the given function, that is 4 by x square plus 4. So in this case, if you substitute y as the given function, then you will get the answer as 16 pi integration of dx upon x square plus 4 the whole square. Limit for x over here is from 0 to 2. So we will use the limit from 0 to 2. So finally, we need to solve this given integration. Now to solve this given integration, we can substitute x is equal to 2 tan y, because it is of the form of x square plus a square. So when you get the form of x square plus a square, then substitute x is equal to a tan theta. So we will use x is equal to 2 tan y. So dx will be equal to 2 sec square y into dy. And finally we will get the volume as pi integral from 0 to pi by 4. This limit will change, integral limit will change, because we have substitute x is equal to 2 tan y. So when x is equal to 0, tan y will be 0, so answer will be 0. When x is equal to 2, then tan y will be equal to 1. If tan y is equal to 1, then y will be equal to pi by 4. So we have an integral from 0 to pi by 4, 2 times sec square y into dy upon tan square y plus 1. It can be converted into sec square y the whole square. And finally, we will get the equation as 2 pi integral from 0 to pi by 4 cos square y into dy. Cos square y can be converted into 1 plus cos 2y divided by 2. Now, we know how to solve this integral, and once you solve this integral, you will get the required answer. So with this, I end the part 4 of integration. Thanks for watching.